Hello and what's up? I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm going to cover on. I'm going to take you through. I'm going to take you through functions. Okay, I'll try to be as simple as possible so that you can understand what we're going to cover. So, okay. Initially I was to cover loops, but we can do this later. Maybe you're wondering how I got here. Okay. My projects are here. So this is a project. This is where I do Python project. So I've just opened with the menu which I can open it, but I've just opened it with VS Code. So when I open VS Code, okay, it takes me to this page. So in that folder we have just the loops, but we're going to cover functions. So we can start with that. Okay, so maybe to get us going, we can do a small definition of Pythons or functions. Sorry. So we can do our definition of functions here. So oh my. Anyway, in a layman's language, okay, we write a function so that we won't have to write many repeated operations, I'd say, so that we can reduce redundancy and then our code won't be that much confusing. We can have an input of user taking input of a text, integer, and programs like let's say addition, subtraction, and the likes. So you can write functions for each so that we can stop having the confusion. Then for function, a function is called. That's one thing you should know. And then we write functions so that our code, basically to make our code not be confusing and we don't repeat ourselves. There's something called don't repeat yourself. Something DRYO. Something, but there's something around that, so we don't repeat ourselves in our code. So let's try and what does a function contain? Function. First thing, how will you know this is a function? So it has a function's name. It has a function's name and a block of statement. Function's name and a block of statement. Example will say, so a function is defined using the name def. Is like once you write this, the computer or the compiler knows this is a function. So we want to calculate age. So this is a function. This is how we write a function. So that now, I did say initially we call a function. A function is called. So when you are calling this function, we will use this statement, calculate age. Okay, we'll do more examples as we go along. So once you've started a function like this, you use a full colon. Then when you click enter, your next line should be indented to just as you've seen. Anyway, so we can say age is equals to age is equals to birth date is equals to birth date minus year. Now we can have variables of birth date and year. We can ask a user to input birth date and then input year. Then we can just calculate the subtraction of the two of them, from the two of them to get the age. That's basically a function. Okay, we'll write more better functions as we go along. I'm just trying to give an idea of what we're going to cover. Next thing we're trying to do is okay, we'll do an example of a function. I guess okay, we have a rough idea of what a function is. So I want us to write a function that calculates the area of a pizza. You know a pizza, right? So let's do pizza area. So now, as I said initially, a function, you start with the word def. Now that tells the compiler this is a function. So we're going to do it here, then we'll see how it goes. So we're going to calculate pizza area of pizza. So you can call anything. Okay, your name can be anything. You can call area whichever name that comes to your mind. But there are rules that a name should follow. You cannot start with plus, minus signs. It has to follow the same way I've just said. Normally, okay, there are many rules to writing variable in function. So I want to calculate the area of a pizza. In normal mathematics, area is equals to pi r square. Pi r squared. Pi being so we'll be given a pi. Pi is normally 3.1427 something. It's a consistent number. Now the radius is what we can either have it or the user can input. I'm going to show you both cases. So for the first, we're going to define pi. So since it's a constant 3.1427 1414159 something. That's our pi. You can say let pi. Let's just have it. I'm trying to register the error. Anyway, okay, that's it. Now diameter, since we'll use so diameter is equal to equals to 12. Radius equals to diameter over 2. Okay, we shall now we have the diameter. Now we're using the diameter here in line 5. We divide by 2 to get the radius. So area, as I said initially, is equals to pi r squared. So we have pi multiplied by pi r square. Our okay, in the normal mathematics, let me try and see if I can find area of a cycle. Area of a cycle is pi r square. So we're going to say pi times radius square. Radius multiplied by radius. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, we were doing the area of a pizza. So we're here at so we're going to say area is equals to pi r square, which is pi multiplied by the radius multiplied by the radius. So pi we have the first, we have pi multiplied by radius multiplied by radius. So this is our function. So we basically calculating area of a pizza. So what are we going to return? So it has a return. Our function has a return. What it has to show. So we are returning the area. Now, so our function, our area has a capital A. This area. We're returning this. We've assigned this is our area. Area is equal to pi r squared. We have the diameter. We have the radius is half of the diameter, and we have the pi. So our function is done. So we can now print area. Let's see what happens when we print area. So we want to print we want to print area. We're now calling the function. Let's see what happens. So, okay, our function, we're going to, let me see what happens. So, what we have done, we're going to print the function. Now, this is what we call calling a function. So this, instead of us writing all this, once we've written this, we have attached it to this function, we call the function. That's why when we print this, basically it runs this. When we print this function, what happens is it runs all this, then it turns the area. That's why we have, when we run this, we get the area, which is pi 3.141529 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6. If you check in your computer, this could be the answer. Now, that's so basically either you can print the answer itself alone, like just as we've seen 113.09504399 something. Again, maybe you want to say the area of the pizza is XYZ. So we're going to use F because we want to add text to our statement. So we're going to say area so to output the area of the pizza, having area of the pizza with a text saying, this is a text saying, let's say you want to tell a user what this is, when they print the answer, they won't just be like, where does this come from? Anyway, apart from that, we can as well get input from a user as a diameter. This is the, like, we can ensure, we can make it we can make a user input this 12. This 12, if we want it to be not to be a fixed number, we can have it as an input. We want it to be an integer. We'll ask the user to enter and set the diameter. Oh, the pizza, sorry. Let's see what happens when we run this. So if the user inputs 12, if the user inputs 23, if the user input 5, there should be some space here to ensure some space. Now the input the user inputs is okay. Now we have something better. We have it being 1. So a very small pizza. To finish, we can finish by having a large pizza. Now the area is 1963.45. You can as well have the output being you can either round it up or round it down. Anyway, that's it for today. We've seen how we can have a number here, in general number, like, okay, a whole number. Then we have seen how we can input. We can ask a user to input a number. We can as well do many edits on this, but basically we've seen a function that calculates the area of a pizza. Area of a pizza being pi r squared 3.141529 multiplied by the radius, and then we return the area. Then we call the function. That's it for today. Let's get more functions as we go along.